to Hockey Town. It's a place where dreams are found. We fought so many battles here, and we're the ones that they will fear. The club resides within our town. We won't stop, no letting down. The cup is ours, we're all to drink. It's our town, let's have this ring. Hey, Hockey Town. Not alone, just look around. Hey, Hockey Town. Let's hear the sound. The puck is dropped, the people burnt. Flesh speed, some brilliant daring. Red lights flash, the horns are blaring. Hockey Town, our hunger's fed by our men in white and red. They dazzle us before our eyes. Lord Stanley's Cup, we have the prize. Hockey Town, not alone, just look around. Hockey Town, let's hear the sound. Hockey Town, play hockey.
I want you to explain a little bit about what your operations are, because I know I'm getting questions out in Port Huron where people are still a little bit confused about roller hockey and how it'll work.
Okay. So, essentially the game is 4-on-4, no icing, high scoring. It's physical. There's no body checking, but we allow body contact. There's fighting allowed, and it's hockey. It's just on roller in lines rather than on ice, and the game's a little more high scoring because it's 4-on-4, and the offsides is a little bit a different type of rule that we'll be implementing than what some may be used to, but there's no icing, and there's a wide open speed game.
And there's no blue lines either, right?
Yeah, no blue lines. Essentially, there's a red line offside, and really what that means is the player can be over the red line before the puck, but the puck can't be passed over the red line. So that's the only type of offsides that we'll have in roller hockey.
Okay, so it's definitely makes a lot more sense for the people that have been questioning. And I know a lot of people have been questioning also, how are the periods going to be set up?
So it'll be 3 20-minute periods, the same as ice hockey, with, I believe, 15-minute intermissions. And it's the same concept when you come to the game, same type of concept, warm-up, players will walk the rink, and then period will come out, 20 minutes, and intermission, and then 2 more 20-minute periods. And
so that's definitely really common. And thank God, because that's what we're used to. I know during the Worlds, it's I believe it's 2 periods. So we were getting kind of worried out here in Port Huron that we wouldn't LAC kind of a game that we would recognize.
Yeah, traditionally with the roller hockey since 1999 has been 2 halves, and it was. And a lot of times it was run time, and then the major tournaments with the Pro Series have done stop time. But even in the NRHL in 99, from 92 to 99, it was 4 quarters. And we don't see a reason to sway from what people know in hockey and have the 3 periods, 20 minutes, and keep it traditional.
Which is good. And we really appreciate it out here, too. with St. Louis coming into the league too, and Detroit, one of the Port Huron's biggest rivalries from the UHL days too. What made you guys choose the locations of your franchises?
So, to start with Detroit, we started the beta testing back, 4 years ago, and Southeast Detroit's one of the major hotbeds for roller hockey, and Detroit's hockey town, so you got to have Detroit. Port Huron was a no-brainer in the sense of location, between the city of Port Huron being amazing and on the water in the summer. You got Sarnia, which is a huge hockey city across the bridge there. And it just made sense with the was it 94 that goes between Detroit and Port Huron? That's going to create an instant rivalry,
Right.
being about 45 minutes apart. Grand Rapids has been just elected again as the number one quote unquote minor sports league city in the country, and they have the Griffins there. You got the Kalamazoo K-Wings nearby, Muskegon Lumberjacks, and obviously they had pro hockey for 50 years in Muskegon. So West Michigan just makes sense to have this sport here. And in Grand Rapids, really it was a no-brainer with the size of the city and the demographic, especially the hockey community. And then St. Louis, hands down, was a jewel we knew we were going to have in the league from day one. The St. Louis Vipers were the only team to compete every year in the NRHL. They had the highest average attendance. They have a rabid fan base that still exists today, 20 years later. We get pictures all the time of jerseys that people wore back in '96 to games, and they can't wait to pull them back out. So St. Louis, and obviously we couldn't ask for better timing with the Blues having just won the Stanley Cup. So St. Louis was an absolute no-brainer to start with year one.
And it's definitely a beautiful arena down there too, with the family arena down there. It's still on the newer side, so we really appreciate that rivalry coming back to us 10, 15 years later. So it's
and we did look at the old UHL and Colonial League footprint when we started putting the map together, going, where do these teams used to have rivalries? We know, Port Huron and Missouri River Otters, even the Motor City Mechanics and the Border Cats when they were around, and it just made sense. And I know Muskegon isn't in the league, but it's still Grand Rapids, which is Muskegon, Kalamazoo, and the K-Wings and the old Fury rivalry. So we're going to see a lot of those types of fans come back out.
right, and we definitely hope. And I know you got to keep it low, but we definitely hope, especially to see you guys expand in like Flint, and then possibly over into Chicago too, because that's where a lot of our fan base came out in Port Huron, is for those, and Missouri as well. They came out especially for those games, because those teams were very highly competitive against each other, especially since when Missouri came into the UHL, they took half our roster. So and so it's we definitely hope to see that kind of competitive spirit again, and the fans come out to, especially for the nostalgic kind of thing. So
Absolutely, and remember, your general manager there in Port Huron, Jeff Blanc, played for the St. Louis Vipers in the RHI, and for the current coach, Perry Turnbull, down there. So he's got a little bit of a rivalry already going with them, based on having won a championship there. Now he's the general manager of Port Huron. So that's quite an interesting dynamic, too.
And for anybody that watched the Border Cats, they absolutely loved him when he was in town here playing for the Border Cats. And it was just an easy fit for us to get behind the Yetis so easily. And again, it goes back to the nostalgic feeling that we got back from the Border Cat days. And again, more questions that I've gotten too. People are wondering, I know you've said it on your broadcast, but I know I've gotten people that have watched just ours. they're wondering how you are gonna have the puck to ball situation.
So we did announce that we do have a puck deal, and it is a traditional roller hockey puck, which when I say traditional for roller hockey is it's 2 ounces lighter than a ice hockey puck, but it's the Alkali Quantum puck by IDS. And again, roller hockey for myself and the rest of the partners who have played, it's always been traditionally the puck. The ball was more of an outdoor tool, but no, it is a puck.
Which will make everything a lot easier for on the cement floors of the arenas. So.
Well, we actually aren't playing on cement.
Okay. So.
We'll be playing on a sport court surface, ice court surface. It's a blue tile surface, and it's not cement. So there will be a professional playing surface laid down.
I guess that makes more sense than playing on cement.
No, there were some teams back in '93 in the NRHL that did before any kind of sport tile really became prevalent.
Right, and I guess it draws back to what Mike was saying, more of a safety issue too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because if you get any impurities in the floor,
yeah,
you know, he hit that with a skate, instant stop.
Yeah,
Although,
and
the wheel would help more than like a solid blade on a ice skate, though.
And but it's good to know this kind of stuff before going into the games, to know exactly what you're watching, what to expect. So, more on when do you expect the regular season to start for the Yeti?
So the season's going to open up in May of 2020. Training camps will be opening up approximately the second week in May, with the third week in May being the official regular season is the time frame now. It'll run through August, the end of August being the championship weekend at the end of August.
And so it's a nice quick season, but definitely more competitive that way, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's 13. It's going to be 13 regular season home games. There'll be a playoff or a preseason game, and then every team, because there's 4 teams this year, will have at least one home playoff game. And the semifinals and the finals will be best of 3 series. So if your team was in first place and they went all the way to the finals, and both series went to 3 games, you would see approximately 18 home games.
So it's a nice little series, but it definitely gets more exposure though too for the team.
Yes.
And with that with the playoffs being the best of 3, I know I've had the question: would it be a home situation, or 2 homes for the top seed, then 1 away?
We haven't definitively defined that yet, and it may be based on the teams that are going to play against each other, similar to what baseball's done in the past, where if it was a coast-to-coast series, they would go 2-3-2 rather than 2-2, 1-1-1. So if it was St. Louis involved, they may host the first game, and then the other 2 might be back at Port Huron. But we have not defined that exact scenario yet, but it is something we're looking at. If it was Detroit and Port Huron, it would be 1 in Detroit, 1 in Port Huron, 1 in Detroit. But for the St. Louis being the outliers, the only series we're still debating on how we're going to handle that.
Okay, and thank you for that. With the regular season and the preseason, when are most of the games going to be scheduled?
Most games will be on Friday, Saturdays. We're going to there might be a few on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Again, the first season, we're kind of feeling things out. But traditionally, we're going to try to make it on weekends. We want to make sure that everybody can get there, be available, and enjoy the time at the facility, because our games aren't just going to be show up at 7, puck drops at 7:30, be out by 9:30. We're going to create an event that people might get there at 4, and there's a band going on, and there's a bag toss tournament, and there's face painting for the kids, all types of different events, pregame and postgame. So we're really looking to make it vibrant downtown and bring people there from, like I said, even Sarnia and Saginaw and all over that side of that area to have an event and not just a hockey game. It'd be more than that.
Right, and especially with the kind of talent that we're going to get through this. You guys were saying on your broadcast that you expect some of the best talent in the world in roller hockey to come through Port Huron. And, which is exciting because the biggest league we had besides the Flags was the UHL. So we got to see the names before they went off, but we didn't exactly see them at the top, which will be exciting for us. And go on.
No, we're talking, some of the best players in the world, like Perry Turnbull's own son right now is playing in the DEL in Germany, and he's intending to play in the league. He's a former NHLer, played for Buffalo Sabres. Ryan Perry is looking to play. And Ryan Perry's a name a lot of people don't know, but he's one of the top roller hockey players in the world. And he's a pure roller hockey player. And when you see somebody like a Ryan play and go against somebody that is a former NHLer or current NHLer or current American League hockey player, you're going to be amazed because you're like, who's this guy? I know who, a Chris Terry is with the Grand Rapids Griffins, but I'm not sure who a Ryan Perry is. And those are the kind of players we're going to have a mix of, and it's going to be the best players in the world. This would be the equivalent of watching a Datsuk play against a Crosby or a Ovechkin in Port Huron.
Right, and that's exactly what we need is to get something successful out here is to have those kind of magic men on ice and with their sticks. Well, I guess on the blades rather than ice. I'm sorry.
No, we still say it. We still find ourselves saying it at times.
It's even though we had the NRHL back in the 90s, it's still unfortunately relatively a new concept in professional leagues. Unfortunately,
Yes.
and which is good because you guys are trying to make it a well-known sport. Definitely set yourself apart from actual ice hockey. So, and I know that you guys get the former ice hockey players though, but to have those like Orion Perry coming through is exactly what you guys need though too to set yourself apart more. And we do have someone on here that's saying go Detroit. A team mission Detroit. So
But I do want to share with you some big news we got for Port Huron Yeti right now.
yeah, you were saying that it's a very big announcement, so go right ahead. We have just a couple minutes left before our break.
Yeah, we have officially signed our head coach for the Port Huron Yeti. And you guys are the first to get it. I'm going to release it on the website when we get off here. But Bill Warren has been named the head coach of the Port Huron Yeti.
And that's a huge signing too. Bill Warren is very big in the community, and
Falcons.
yeah, he used to coach the Falcons when when they were in town, and we're very excited to actually have him back in town. And thank you for that, actually, telling us, and withholding that from until you could get on a show.
Yeah, no problem. When I was doing this tonight, I'm like, hey, you know what? We're going to announce Bill here. I want your listeners and your fans to hear it here first because it's exciting having him on board with his connection to Port Huron and his hockey background, which is amazing. We think that it's going to, between him and Blummer, the duo there is going to do a great job.
and definitely very hockey smart between them two. So we can expect a lot of great things, especially in the first season, with them behind the benches, and we hope to. We want to be the very first team to win the cup. And, have you guys named the cup yet, by the way?
Originally it was the Commissioner's Cup. We're not sure if we're going to keep that name or change it, but that was what it was the first 2 years we did it. But it hasn't been decided on whether we're going to find a different name or continue with that.
Okay, and will the if you do keep the name, will you keep the teams that originally won it from the test seasons on the cup?
Yeah, just like the Stanley Cup when it was an amateur competition, and those teams are there, we feel that we still have to honor the teams that did compete for it in the beginning, and we want to make sure that they still are always recognized.
And which will be a plus for them, so it's because they got to start the league, so it'll be amazing for them to go back and be like, yeah, I was the very first before I turned professional to win that cup. But thank you, Matt, for coming on. We're about to go to break, and thank you for that major announcement for us.
And thanks for having me, guys. Season tickets will be announced by Monday and going on sale by Monday.
Awesome. So, can that actually, before we go to break, can those be bought right through the website, or do we have to go to the box office?
We're going to have a form for you to fill out, and a ticket representative or somebody from the team will contact you and make sure you pick the seat you want and go over everything, and there'll be some special deals coming too.
Thank you so much, and you have a great day, Matt.
You too, thanks.
Thank you. And we'll see you guys right after break. With Jarrett Pfeiffer, yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
He stepped on the box.
Hey guys, this is Crystal from the Port Huron Prowlers, back behind the scenes. I am looking for a set of fans or mini fans to help donate to the bus goods. We are looking for things like cases of water, fruit snacks, granola bars, nuts, chips, pretzels, anything that you can think of that is a fruit snack or any type of snack whatsoever. I'm wanting to include everybody in on this. We aren't going to do player adoptions this year. I want to get everybody involved. So, if you would like to be a part of that group and would like to donate things, please, please, please get in contact with me. The first bus trip leaves out next week, and I want to pack that bus. Thanks for joining, and find me on Facebook and send me that message. Bye, guys.
At Big Boy, we've got lots of omelets all day, every day. Like the Meaty Meat Lovers, Savory Southern, or Hearty Denver. It's your Big Boy.
Well, not really. I got the beat. Oh, Elite Wrestling tomorrow, guys. If you're on wrestling. I can't believe I let myself get caught. I thought that one was good.
Border City Paranormal is a professional paranormal team located in the Blue Water area. If you have any uneasy feelings, hear bumps in the night that cannot be explained, or hear rumors about your home or business, please give us a call.
Welcome back. So let's just dive back in. I know you heard a name there that was kind of interesting to you. Let's just say that.
Yep.
So I just want to ask you about that. What's the history between you and Ryan Perry?
I mean, we grew up just playing for two different teams that were rivals. He played for the Border Cats, and I played for Team Mission Detroit, and we just never liked each other. So every time we played each other, it was a little bit of hacking going on between both of us. Occasionally, there was a fight once or twice.
Just a little bit, right?
Yeah, just a little bit.
But also, your dad has been commenting too, so it's.
Yeah, he was my coach. So he knows all about it.
Yeah, he wants some input on your high level of playing.
Roller hockey, played for Team Mission Detroit. When I was 12, I played for Team USA. We went over to London, Canada. Played like Great Britain, Japan, Canada U14, Canada U13, and then we ended up winning gold medal, went 10-0. There's a lot of big names on there. Alex Aliardi was on the team. He plays professional overseas now. A couple kids from California who still play. But, yeah, it was a good team.
And it's good to have that kind of repertoire, though.
Yeah.
And especially coming right out of college too. So.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned in our post, you made MVP last year.
Yep.
So it's good for a Port Huron to have you come in. We love our high scorers though too. So.
Yeah.
But you have that you were on the national championship team last year with your college.
Yep.
And I do have to ask, being in like the Detroit area, what made you go to Indiana Tech?
Honestly, I was in college before Indiana Tech, but the coach told me I was too small to play college hockey, so I left. And when I left, I had already known the coach who was going to be coaching at Indiana Tech because he recruited me to go to Wayne State when he was coaching there. So he recruited me to come down for a visit, and after that, I just fell in love with it, and it wasn't too far away from home. It was only 2 hours, so I can come back whenever I wanted to for holidays. So it just made sense to go there. And plus, you got free sticks, gloves, helmets. It's great.
Right. And it's essentially just wherever you go. It's just the coach relationship. It's
it plays a part. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Kevin Samuelson says hi.
It's like Matt says. Your favorite fan.
You got your thumbs up, Kevin.
But you haven't scored that much this season, but you have been playing a lot of like playmaker behind the scenes. So it's how is it for you to jump from the college hockey right into the professional ranks?
I mean, it wasn't that difficult. I mean, it's a much faster game. But I mean, I did it last year right out of college. I went and played in the SP for Quad City. And then my Alex Gregowicz, who's also another prowler this year, he's on my college team too. And he came here after the season. So after that, I got in touch with Graham and I signed, and now I'm here. But it's a little bit different of a game. I mean, with no face shield, like you got to protect your mouth a little bit more. But
Right. Especially playing with teams like you did this last weekend too, Danville, who has been
known to be goons.
Yeah, that and Mentor. So
they weren't that chippy. I thought Mentor was a little bit more chippy than Danville.
Yeah. But then again, Danville does have almost a brand new team this year though too. So
except for Fred Hine. Well, according to Danville's announcers, you don't want to make mad.
Yeah.
That was a terrible broadcast, and I don't care if they hear me say that or not.
We won't go there.
No. But Fred Hine definitely is someone that will get under your skin, though. And that's...
I don't know. Federley was out there chirping him a lot. Hine was getting mad.
But Federley is good for that, though. No one really wants to punch a 5'2" center.
Give him credit, he's 5'6".
But coming out on those skates, so he doesn't look much taller, though.
That's true.
Very true.
Maybe his height's a little inflated. We did ask him that when he was on the show.
Yeah. But it's funny, though, because he said he wouldn't get into a fight, and then the season starts, and he's trying to start the fights.
Yeah, he tries to start them, but he gets under the players' skins, like the good players. So, I mean, last weekend, that's the line my line, because I'm on a line with Federley, and that's the line we were put up against because everybody saw that he was getting under Hine's skin. So,
and hey, that's.
But as they say, it throws them off their game too if you do it right.
Yeah, very much
You
so.
want to get them off their game. That's what us East-Uppers do too. We sit there and rant at the goalie, and get him off his game.
Yep.
Let's just get into the quick fire rounds, I guess. Now, while we wait for someone to ask you a question. Okay. So it's and there's Kevin right there.
Hi, Jarrett. How is Win Friday?
Basically, he's asking, how did you like being the first shutout for the season Port Huron?
Getting the first shutout for Slimer there was pretty good for the boys. He was actually hurt a little bit towards the end of the game, but I mean he pulled it out for us, and it felt good to get the 4-0 victory on Friday.
We definitely wouldn't have known either because of how much he was standing on his head.
Yeah, he played really good that game.
Is that why he stayed home Saturday, or?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know the ins and outs of the coach's decisions, but
obviously not like last year where we knew he was injured and he played the third period.
What's your favorite team growing up to watch?
Growing up to watch, and obviously the Red Wings being from Detroit, right? But I also like Tampa Bay because I liked Vincent LeCavier and Martin St. Louis.
Past, but good players.
Yeah.
What was your favorite team to play with?
Play with, like growing up?
Yep.
Probably Rochester IceHawks in Minnesota. I had a lot of fun there. Great group of guys.
What's your favorite sports movie?
Favorite sports movie? Mystery Alaska.
Yes, finally someone says that.
Favorite sport besides hockey?
Lacrosse. Very
So,
much.
hockey, not on ice.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
All right.
What's your favorite movie besides sports?
Talladega Nights.
It's still technically sports.
But it's Will Ferrell, so it's
Yes.
technically not.
It's both. But yeah, that is a good movie.
Yes.
Yes.
Especially when
Bristol
he's-
Wagner asked, what is your favorite food to have for pregame?
I like to go to Panera and get a steak arugula sandwich and broccoli cheddar soup. With a strawberry banana.
Probably should ask what your favorite food on the road is so that she could get ideas for the next
She's going to
road.
ask that, yeah.
So might as well just answer
what's your
that.
favorite food for on the road? To take,
Just like a sub. Really, I mean, you can't really take much more than that. I mean, you can bring pizza, but then it gets cold.
like, snacks. And
Pizza's
stuff.
Snacks
good.
like chips, Gatorade, Slim Jims, fruit snacks.
So not too awfully picky then.
No.
So.
What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is red.
Good team to be on then.
Yeah.
What is your favorite kind of music?
Favorite kind of music is country.
Favorite country music artist?
Right now, Mitchell Tenpenny.
I'm sorry, I still have to go for Eli Young Band.
Oh, Eli Young, yeah, they're
Yeah.
good. Yeah, they are good. I don't hate them.
but still on the out and out show because they love their Chicago dive bars though.
Yeah.
So, but that's coming from a person that went to the Chicago dive bars. But it shows you how much some kind of people love their fans.
Yeah.
So,
Very much so.
What was your favorite experience throughout your hockey career?
Favorite experience is always winning, but I mean, last year when we won the championship, that was a surreal experience, and it happened in my favorite city, which was Nashville, which couldn't be any better because afterwards you just went to the bars and Broadway. It's great. It's a perfect scenario.
Hey, can't complain.
No.
And being down in Nashville and winning the championship too, though. Were you more tempted to drink because of that? Just between us.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There may have been a few nights that some of the guys went out, but I mean, that's just hearsay.
And I do have a question that I did forget to ask Portillo. Who do you like better, Graham or Pace?
I like them both equally.
So you plead the fifth.
Yep. They're both great guys.
Well, he didn't ask Portillo that because he didn't want Portillo to beat him up. So.
Yeah, he's a big body.
Yeah, well. And I'm surprised though that he's fulfilled his.
Okay, Linda asked, how do you explain winning one game one night and then losing the next night playing the same team?
I'll answer this one. It's called it's hockey, Linda.
I mean, teams just come out, they learn your tactics from the first game, and they readjust to where they're playing you even better than what they did before. Plus, that we were playing a home and home, so obviously in front of their fans, they're going to play a lot harder, just like we played a lot harder in front of ours. So it's just different scenarios. Any night, any team can win a game. I mean, unless you're bad at it.
I didn't say it, so.
Do you think they'll get a win this year?
I'm sure eventually they will win, yes. I'm just hoping it's not against us.
They're going to make a miraculous comeback and win the championship this year.
Hey, St. Louis was dead last year, and they came back and won the championship.
Hey, Falcons did it.
Well,
Except
Falcons did it different.
That was in two different seasons, dude.
There was two different seasons
They won
there,
6
Robert.
games their first season here. The second season they won the division.
I actually came out to the Falcons and tried out for them. Not tried out, but tried out during the season for them, but I didn't make it.
Just proves them they didn't get the best. But then again, that owner exactly wasn't.
That owner sucked.
I wasn't going to put it that way, but.
They had cool jerseys.
That's how you wanted to put it, so just say it.
But that's your job, though.
Okay.
But
We gotta move the team to Pennsylvania because you think you get a better deal, and then fold them after a season.
Well,
not even a
She
season.
didn't even fold him. The league folded him because she wasn't paying the bills.
Right. Well,
she wasn't paying the bills.
She tried to fold them in December.
Yeah.
And so not even a full season.
Yeah. Because that's part of the reason why they're having issues here. How many different bus companies did we go through? You know, because she didn't pay the bus company.
3 in the first season. Wow. We had 3 in the first season.
Well,
it's a good owner.
And she was never here. You know, how do you run a team from California to Port Huron?
well, wasn't the first year was the Hickeys that owned the team?
No, it was the same woman. No.
Same. She had a little guy.
I thought the Hickeys had part ownership in it.
Crystal Waggers asked, how are you guys mentally preparing for the trip this weekend, given it is a 14-hour bus ride, and how do you keep the legs going and the mind frame up?
Yeah, it's a 14-hour bus ride, but we're going to plan on leaving Thursday morning. So we get there Friday morning, and then we'll skate Friday morning when we get there just to get our legs going after the 14-hour bus trip. And we go every game prepared, or just the same, we know what we got to do. We got to go out there and win and play hard, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And with Columbus, this being our 5th time playing him, and we got to play him 5 more times after this, just got to go out there and play hard.
And
More water?
with playing them already at home, did it help learn more of their tactics for you?
I mean,
Water?
playing at home right away, you're going to learn their tactics. But this being the first time we go there, it's going to be a little different because usually we're having our fans behind us cheering for us when we're playing them. But
Yeah.
it'll be a good game. They got a really nice arena down there, too.
And once again, we're sorry for the interruptions by the staff here at Big Boys in Fort Gratiot.
And hey, I like those interruptions because it means that we get good food though, right?
Exactly. And we get to promote
Come
that.
out and have some.
They do have the Big Boy combo right now, only for $7.99. So, and
Isn't there a discount on a certain, like 50% discount?
it's a friends and family. That's Sunday to Thursday, 4 to 8 p.m.
Yep.
So it's 15% off. But you do have to spend at least $20,
Yeah.
which is actually gonna be a lot of food if you buy $20 worth.
Yeah.
So,
What is your
because
favorite part about hockey?
Scoring goals. Yep, that's it. And the team camaraderie. I like it.
Another one is that we usually ask is, who do you least like playing against?
Against, like in practice or like
Game wise.
game wise? I mean, I've only played a few teams, but I think my least favorite, as up to this point right now, would probably be Watertown. We didn't play very good against them.
But that was what opening week. And
Second weekend.
Second weekend.
Yeah.
That's also the weekend that I decided to pull out the blind referee stuff because we seen I don't know how many times I counted. You guys go to shoot the puck and your stick's not moving because it's being held and no call.
Yeah.
But we always have that issue in Watertown.
it's really saying something though when even the announcers say,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's,
Through the whole broadcast, it's like, why isn't this being called?
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
And you guys, especially the play where it was a high stick. You could see it was a high stick.
yeah.
But the play resumed, and then all of a sudden,
Strack got a penalty.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that play.
Who's the hardest working player on the team?
Hardest working player on the team. I mean, we have a lot of them that work hard. Portillo goes to gym every day. Boyd stays after and shoots pucks for about an hour after practice. Nipper does the same thing. Goalers are always stretching, doing what they need to do to fix. I don't want to say there's not anybody that doesn't work hard and do their job that they need to do to prepare themselves.
And my question is, how is it to actually play under the rare kind of breed of Pace, because he's not only a player but he's the GM and your head coach. So how is it that playing in that kind of situation?
I mean, it's really different. I've never had a player coach, but I mean, it's not terrible. So I mean, I can't complain. I'm liking it so far. Pace is a different breed.
Yeah.
Man, you get that guy going, he can scare anybody.
He
loves to talk though too. So.
Oh yeah, he does.
We have a couple more questions for you from the fans. The one is I know what the answer is going to be, but they want to know, how do you guys like playing against the other FHL teams? Well, you can't play against yourselves.
Yeah.
So,
it's fun.
you know.
You gotta win a cup. You gotta play other teams to win a cup, right?
Yep.
And the other ones, how old were you when you started playing hockey?
I started playing hockey when I was 4. My dad did ball hockey, and then I started playing ball hockey. And then from there, I progressed to roller hockey, and then from there, I progressed to ice hockey.
Out of the three, which you enjoy more?
Oh, ice hockey. I didn't like running. And roller hockey became too slow after I hit high school.
But hey, you got to start somewhere,
So
right?
you like the speed of the game.
Yeah.
And the hitting.
Yeah. I'm not a big hitter. I mean, if it's there or I'm mad, I don't hit, but usually I'm never mad.
But hey.
Well, some of these guys will get under your skin, especially in Watertown and Elmira.
We don't speak of Elmira.
I actually know I'm kid on Elmira. Cameron Yarwood used to play roller hockey with me.
We don't speak about him either. He was a very big pest for us last year.
Yarwood?
Yeah. He was just as bad as another person on their team. Very hot-headed, very...
Just name names.
Mafoose.
Of course.
We got a question.
Kristen's favorite player.
Eric says, how do you feel playing against McIntyre?
Who's McIntyre?
Steve McIntyre,
Steve
but I don't
McIntyre.
think he played against him yet.
No, not yet.
He only plays home games for Carolina.
Oh.
And he...
Oh, yeah, that's a kid that fought the guy from
Nick,
Columbus.
Nick Wright, and he got TKO'd.
Wright's actually suspended for the next 3 games, so we won't play him.
And Yanni Leorakos is suspended for a game.
What did Yanni do?
He got in fighting, didn't he?
Well, on that McIntyre-Wright fight, McIntyre was in the box for something he did in the first period, and he came out in the second period after his penalty expired, and Wright went straight after him and took McIntyre a little while to be like, oh, I guess I have to, and drop his left glove and just absolutely pounded Nick Wright.
And we'll be right back after these messages.
Hey guys, this is Crystal from the Port Huron Prowlers, back behind the scenes. I am looking for a set of fans or mini fans to help donate to the bus goods. We are looking for things like cases of water, fruit snacks, granola bars, nuts, chips, pretzels, anything that you can think of that is a fruit snack or any type of snack whatsoever. I'm wanting to include everybody in on this. We aren't going to do player adoptions this year. I want to get everybody involved. So, if you would like to be a part of that group and would like to donate things, please, please, please get in contact with me. The first bus trip leaves out next week, and I want to pack that bus. Thanks for joining, and find me on Facebook and send me that message. Bye, guys.
At Big Boy, we've got lots of omelets all day, every day. Like the meaty meat lovers, savory Southern, or hearty Danville. It's your Big Boy.
Well, not really. I got the beat all week wrestling tomorrow, guys. If you're on wrestling. I can't believe I let myself get caught. That one was good.
Border City Paranormal is a professional paranormal team located in the Blue Water area. If you have any uneasy feelings, hear bumps in the night that cannot be explained, or hear rumors about your home or business, please give us a call.
All right, and welcome back, guys. And I do have to make this comment, Kirsten.
Everything's wrong with Elmira.
Mafus is a good guy off the ice, but we rag on him because of the incident that was pulled back when he was eliminated from the playoffs when he was with Danville, when he speared Pace Sr. and tried to
choke him, rip the
yeah.
assistant coach uniform.
Anyway.
So, and that's why we rag on Mafus a lot more. But most of the time, at least he knows that we're joking, so he plays along with us. So.
Now, before the broadcast started, you were telling us something about Danville's fans and.
Oh yeah. There was a Danville fan that had like a hockey stick as like a fishing pole and had it tied to what was tied to it was a giant like foam hamburger, and they were trying to give it to Z. It was actually really funny. We couldn't help but laugh. I mean, that's just creative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Danville is always going to be that pegging your side, though.
Yeah.
Especially when Pace is actually playing down there.
Yeah, they love Pace.
Yeah,
there's
totally.
There's a lot of booze there.
And
Pace used to play for him too.
Yeah. He told us that whole situation that we're not going to get into, though.
No, I know that the league recently announced some neutral site games in Bloomington.
Mm-hmm.
I forget if Port Huron was going to be involved in one of those.
Prowlers are going to be the home team against Danville on the March 21st game.
Yeah, and we also have another neutral game site against Columbus.
Yeah.
I knew there was. I knew I was
I
going
told
crazy.
you, you guys kept telling me I was wrong the other night. I'm like, we got two of them.
Yeah. Where's the second neutral site game?
Athens, Georgia. I think it's a University of Georgia campus.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a big night.
Yeah.
How does it feel to go into these kind of games? Not being part of a neutral site game, really, besides playing in Nashville for the championship.
Like going into the neutral sites games?
Yeah.
I feel like I like them. I mean, you get fans that you don't know which team they're going to root for, but usually it's going to be like if they're closer to the home team, like Columbus is a lot closer to Athens, Georgia than where we are, so we'll probably have a little bit more Columbus fans there, but I still think it'll be fun. I mean, we might have some Prowler fans show up for that, eh?
It's going to be interesting, too, going into Bloomington.
Yeah.
That's a nice arena out there, though.
Yeah, I played there when I was in college versus Illinois State.
And
very nice arena.
That's another team that's interesting when you play against them.
That's another team that previous Port Huron, or another rink that previous Port Huron teams have played in when they had the Bloomington Prairie Thunder.
Okay.
So it's that makes 4 of the UHL IHL days, which is also includes Elmira and Carolina.
Yeah,
so.
Winston-Salem. So it's Port Huron, Elmira, Winston-Salem, and then Bloomington.
Okay.
So it'll be nice rivalry coming into next year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, not too far away.
And especially if it happens to be like the last season that we were alive, the Ice Sox were alive against the Prairie Thunder, where we had some heated.
The next year, the IHL merged into the ECHL, and then we got the Falcons, and Fort Wayne, Elmira, Bloomington, I think all went to the ECHL.
Yeah.
and now 2 of those teams are back with Port Huron in a league.
We had the one team too that we used to play against. It's called the Quad City Mallards.
Oh yeah.
And what the funny part with them though is, like, we do the chuck a puck. When they would come to town, we did chuck a duck.
Oh, it's clever.
The Quad City Storm, who you played for, tried really, really hard to be the Mallards.
Really?
But unfortunately, the owners that used to own them, they had the copyright. So.
Yeah, makes sense.
So I know. So going into the recaps on the games from this past weekend, I know you guys already did the recap show for Friday.
Oh, we're still gonna go over that though.
Yeah, and we Port Huron 4-0 win, obviously. So we don't have to worry about Danville scoring anything. But the first goal came at the 1:16 mark of the second period, and it was scored by Justin Portillo and assisted by our guest tonight.
So it's we want a little bit of a setup on this one going into this, especially since there was no scoring in the first.
Yeah.
So it's what was the thought process through all this?
Well, I mean, it was right after Center Ice face-off. They won it back, and like in practice, we practiced this the forecheck of after they win. We actually did that today too. You go inside out of the D and like block them from going D to D, which I did, and he still tried it. So then I intercepted it, and then Portillo's been on a hot streak, and so we had a 2-on-1. So I'm not gonna shoot it when a kid's like putting pucks in the net like it's his job. So I passed it over, and we got lucky, and it went in.
And it's a good thing too, because the goalie has been kind of on a hot streak too, so it's a little bit at least.
Yeah.
So to get that kind of goal, right off the bat into the second is.
We got somebody asking again, another person about the Almira Forces. What do you think of them? I don't think you've played them yet.
No, I don't know who they are. I mean, I know who they are. We just never played them.
They're Chippendale jerseys.
I do not like their colors. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
No. Being the rookie on the team, unfortunately, you wouldn't have really got to know especially the situation last year, and because they're going into the finals against Carolina, their goalie. At the end of, I want to say it was game 3. He was going back to the locker room. Someone threw a beer at him, and he just went off and started beating the crap out of the guy.
Oh wow!
So that's why a lot of people ask us how we like Elmira.
They've also had issues where they, I guess somebody sprayed water at them, and later on he sprayed it back, caused a fight. And
that's the only reason why we have 4 referees on the ice.
Yeah.
To keep those 2 teams.
So then back to the Friday game. Dalton Young gave Prowlers a 2-0 lead at the 12:36 mark of the second. That was assisted by David Nippert and Matt Stoya.
So a whole new rookie line, essentially.
Yeah.
So.
And then at the 15:24 mark, Stoya got his goal, and that was assisted by Matt Robertson.
And
then at the 10:46 mark, Dalton Young put in Port Huron's 4th goal, and that was assisted by the Matt twins, Robertson and Graham.
The 2-point producers essentially right now.
Yeah.
The top 2 of the top 3 on the team. So it's how is it to actually play under those kind of guys, having the experience from this league?
Oh, it's great. I mean, Robo is a great guy on and off the ice, and how many points he's put up, and he just played his 300th career game not too long ago.
Yeah, he got his 300th career point.
Oh, his 300th career point. But yeah, it's great to see him play and learn from him and Graham.
They must have given you a lot of knowledge. So what's your favorite tidbit actually that you have taken away from them on during the games, or from like practice, or from what they've said to you?
Well, Graham is more the vocal teacher because Robo just goes out there and just plays, and like he's a leader by example, and that's one of the good reasons he wears the C. And Graham, like, he'll come off the ice, and I might have been out a shift prior to him, and he comes off the ice, and then he tells me what I should probably do, like, instead of, like, trying to skate it, like, just chip and go, like, what day? I think it was Friday, I was going up the wall, and I could have just chipped it right by the guy, but I tried to deke him, and didn't work out too well at the blue line, so he's like, yeah, next time, just, get it, just chip it and go, and then you'll be right around him, because you had the speed to go with it, so he's just... I mean, him doing that just helps you out a little bit. So it's good.
And that's good too, because you definitely have the potential to actually be one of the top guys on our team too. Because the one goal that you got this year was amazing. It's beautiful. So I'm sorry, but it's like it was a beautiful goal.
Sorry, we're kind of distracted by Louisville whooping up Michigan right now.
If you guys haven't noticed that we got the basketball game with us, if Mike doesn't.
They might be able to see the edge of the score, but that's it.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as me with the bite.
So then we'll go through the penalties. In the first period, at the 14:04 mark, Dalton Young got pissed off at Fred Hine and decided to beat him up.
I wish I was there for it, but of course I was downstairs
getting food.
Yes. And I had just made the comment right before I went downstairs, watch, there's going to be a fight right when I go down. Of course it was.
Why wouldn't you wait till the end of the period to go get food?
Because this kid was crying. She was hungry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it wasn't the older one; it was the little one. So he had to go get.
Yeah.
He had to.
Yep. And then at the 4:46 mark, Robertson decided that he had enough of a guy and slashed him. Then AJ Teresa tripped a guy, and then Brad Denny became a hooker, and then Seth Enzer slashed a guy, and then another Danville player decided that slashing was something he wanted to do. And then Joe Pace got mad about that and cross-checked him. I don't actually know. I wasn't at the game, so I don't know exactly what happened. Then Parsons hooked a guy, and then Pace got mad at somebody, but only got roughened.
That was actually an interesting situation, if you remember that one. If I'm remembering,
what one was it?
It was the roughing in the third period where
Pace versus Slade.
Pace versus Slade.
Oh.
If I remember it correctly, it was the one where Pace was in the corner, basically like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly what it was.
And then Dalton J had some guy step on his stick.
He actually said that. He said the guy stepped on my stick.
It was.
Yeah.
I haven't actually watched this game.
The funny thing is like.
It wasn't. It was like, how is that?
Especially against Jay, too. That's.
Yeah.
Who doesn't take penalties.
And then the way he went down afterwards is like.
Yeah. There's a little bit of embellishment there.
Kevin wants to know how is Joe. Leading the team in penalty minutes, I think. I don't know.
Not yet this year.
He has 29, unless Portilla has more. Who knows? And then
Federley is getting up there too, though.
And then Federley decided that
it's because he had a 10-minute at the first game.
Let's be honest, he wanted to go out with a bang.
Yeah. And then Austin Federley decided that some guy needed his hand chopped off and tried to help him with that, but.
It was interesting because we were actually right by the boards at this point for the post game.
Yeah, you guys go down way too early.
It takes a lot to power up the laptop, okay? But no.
Attendance that game was 1073.
But no, back to the Federally slashing call. What exactly was going through his mind? Because that was more than blatant.
I don't even remember it. I was probably not even paying attention.
I told you he started to help some guy chop his hand off.
Somebody wants to know: Have you played any? Is this the highest level you played?
No, I played in the SP last year at the end of the year for the Quad City stuff.
And what do you think of the new teams?
I'm new to the league, so
They might be asking us about that,
Yeah.
which will after we do the stats of the next game.
Yeah.
We'll
Once
get to that.
we see all the teams, we can have a more fair assessment. But we can
Yeah.
tell you that Battle Creek is terrible. Okay, and then Saturday's game, which was in Danville, only had 2 goal scorers, Fred Hine and Matt Robertson. So they decided to go back and forth on who scored when, and unfortunately, Fred Hine came out on top in that battle.
It started off in the first, though.
Yeah. Fred Hine at the 3:16 mark from Alex Palmerville. Yeah.
Palmer.
At least they didn't, get a shutout like you
yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Right. Then Robertson denied Danville the shutout at the 3:38 mark of the second on assist from David Nippert and Matt Graham. Then Fred Hine gave Danville the lead again in the third. And that was assisted by Slade and Ensor. And then Matt Robertson said, I'm going to tie it up again. And that was from Graham and Arnott. And then Fred Hine decided he was going to end it. And that was from Palmerville and Slade. So not many people on the score sheet that night.
Hey, it was a close game though, so that's a good thing for you guys.
Yeah.
That's
And the one thing that we've been saying on the show a lot, some of the earlier games, we've noticed, it's not like you come out hard and then the next, last period, it just seems like you lost energy.
Yeah.
That game, both games you played the whole 60 minutes this weekend.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was a great game to watch.
and it's not like you gave up within the last 10 minutes because you knew we were gonna lose.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunately some games we could see you guys got too frustrated, especially with the refereeing.
Yeah.
And especially out in Danbury too, where you guys got the overtime wins. So it's let's just say it was
Another blind referee weekend.
yes,
Yeah.
opening weekend though, and
2 wins.
But the blind ref has been in a lot of Port Huron games so far this year.
UTEC?
Yeah.
yeah,
Me.
Oh, you.
I've been,
Well, we can throw UTEC in that category too. So.
yeah.
Then the penalties, Stoya hooked a guy, then Brad Denny tripped a guy, and then the ref miscounted against us and gave us too many men, and then Giuliano decided he needed the puck, and some guy flopped, and I don't remember. Then Robertson wanted to dance with somebody.
Holding the stick, dude. He wanted to take another guy's stick. No,
He wanted
let's
to
be
dance
honest.
with him.
He wanted to play with 2 sticks.
Yeah.
Then Palmville tripped a guy, and then Dalton Young, it was said got his elbow up on somebody. Then was that that wasn't the one where, was it that one or was it the Nippert one in the third where they crushed a guy against the boards and got called for a penalty?
Oh, that was Nippert.
Nippert, yeah, because from the video it looked like he went over top of the guy and then he got called for elbowing.
Yeah, he hit the guy pretty good. It was a regular hit, and then just at the end of the game, they was like, all right, yeah, we're going to give you a penalty.
Right. Then Strack slashed a guy, and then Slade decided that somebody needed his teeth rearranged, and Hine also decided at that same time somebody needed to be slashed. And then some other guy decided that he had enough and ran one of Port Huron's players into the boards, got interference, and then Enzer decided to try his hand at dancing with somebody and got a holding call, and then Nippert went over top of a guy and got 2 for elbowing.
It seems like that's a common thing though, because they've been getting a lot of calls to be elbowing, unfortunately. Where it's where it should have been tripping and roughing,
Yeah.
and
Right.
high stick to Federley's face.
Yeah, that happened last week.
Or
Okay.
the blatant punch to the face that,
yeah.
that got called for and it drew blood. That it didn't get, got what?
2 minutes.
2 minutes for a slash or
Okay.
a hook.
Or-
For a hook.
Hooking,
And when
yes.
it was a punch to the face.
Or the game, or early in the season where somebody got high sticked and then they called it like 5 minutes later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were talking about that a little bit ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
That
like-
was,
I still can't believe they did that.
and then
They still left the time as is, too.
right,
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is-
Which that should put time back on the clock and everything.
right.
It was a good 40 seconds later.
Yeah,
It's,
I was there for that.
So
Then it said they had 200 more people at their game Saturday than we did Friday. But
exactly
I don't believe
200.
that. Exactly 200. I don't believe that. I think they mess with their attendance numbers.
well, unfortunately, at all the arenas, they usually go by tickets sold, not what's
Right.
All right.
It's not, they sell 1,000 tickets and only 600 show up, but they still sold the tickets.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. And then we'll be right back after these messages again.
And then we'll.
Hey guys, this is Crystal from the Port Huron Prowlers, back behind the scenes. I am looking for a set of fans or mini fans to help donate to the bus goods. We are looking for things like cases of water, fruit snacks, granola bars, nuts, chips, pretzels, anything that you can think of that is a fruit snack or any type of snack whatsoever. I'm wanting to include everybody in on this. We aren't going to do player adoptions this year. I want to get everybody involved. So, if you would like to be a part of that group and would like to donate things, please, please, please get in contact with me. The first bus trip leaves out next week, and I want to pack that bus. Thanks for joining, and find me on Facebook and send me that message. Bye, guys.
At Big Boy, we've got lots of omelets all day, every day. Like the meaty meat lovers, savory Southern, or hearty Denver. It's your Big Boy.
Well, not really. I got the beat. Oh, Elite Wrestling tomorrow, guys. If you're on wrestling. I can't believe I let myself get caught. That one was good.
Border City Paranormal is a professional paranormal team located in the Blue Water area. If you have any uneasy feelings, hear bumps in the night that cannot be explained, or hear rumors about your home or business, please give us a call.
All right, and welcome back. Let's get to these standings really quick.
So we'll go with the Eastern Division first. Watertown is leading that division at 11-2 through 13 games, and they've scored 59 goals, given up 25 for a plus 34 goal differential, and we'll go through why we're doing goal differential here in about 5 minutes.
Embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
Not for Port Huron. Mentor's second at 9-5 through 14 games, and they have a plus 24 goal differential, scoring 65 and giving up 41. Followed by Danbury, who through 13 games is 7-4-0-2. And they've given up 50, or they've scored 57, given up 50. Then Elmira through 13 games is 5-6-1-1, and they've scored 48 and given up 47. Then Delaware through 12 games is 2-10, and they've given up or scored 35 goals and given up 59 for a minus 24.
And that's the worst team in the Eastern Division.
Yep.
Let's just point that out at negative 24.
And again, that's probably how they're going to finish with the top four, with Watertown, Mentor, Danbury, and Elmira making the playoffs in whatever order, and Delaware obviously being out of the playoffs. In the Western Division, Carolina leads at 12-1. Jeez. And they've scored 71 goals and given up 23 for a plus 48 goal differential. Scott Brand did a good job in building that team last year, and it's just carried over.
He's a good guy, though.
Yeah. And that's through 13 games, obviously. Then Danville, who Port Huron just played this past weekend, is 500 at 7-7. And they've scored 51 and given up 46 for a plus 5 goal differential. And then Columbus is 5-6-1-1 and has given up or scored 48 goals but given up 57 for a minus 9. Then we're fourth place through 12 games at 4-6-2-0, and we've scored 43 goals, which I can't believe we've scored only 43, and given up 45 for a minus 2 goal differential. And then there's Battle Creek, who through 15 games is 0-15. They've scored 26 goals and given up a miraculous 109.
For a negative 83.
For a goal differential of 83. Now I know that team was thrown together in a month or two, but they recently fired their coach too, and then got curb stomped by Carolina on Friday, 14-1.
The first period alone was 9-0.
Yeah. It's. Do you think Battle Creek survives this season?
It has to. It's owned by Barry.
Right.
He's gonna live it. Barry loves to see his team make it, so he's gonna do something to get this stuff turned around.
Right. I mean, I feel bad for their players being on a team like that. It's got to be very demoralizing to show up to the rink knowing or question if you're going to win.
I can ask it or I cannot ask it. It's up to you.
Doesn't matter to me.
We have his mom asking, what do you feel about clowns?
I do not like clowns. Although I did just watch the It 2 movie yesterday.
What was your thoughts then?
I was not feeling myself.
So that reassures you about your feeling about clowns, huh?
Yeah.
We may have not. We may regret.
Hey, dude, what were you taking before the episode?
He's taking after you, Chris.
Yeah,
That's my job, not his.
Anyway, we may regret asking him that question after this weekend. Especially if one of the other players is watching.
Yeah.
There might be a clown prank going on the bus. Fly needs to go away.
Well, let's just hope not, but...
Yeah. I'm not the only one that's afraid of clowns on the team. I know a couple other guys.
So it's a good chance that someone else might do.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's they've given up 50 more goals than Delaware, and Delaware has given up the second most in the league.
Well, that's what happens when you're 2-10 though, and an 0-15.
Is that partially the reason why you picked hockey? Because most teams don't have clowns as mascots.
I didn't really put that together. No, that's not why I picked hockey, though. It's for the girls, right?
Yeah.
That's definitely not the circus kind of thing.
Well, same as the Eastern Division. The Carolina, Danville, Columbus, and Port Huron are pretty much in the playoffs right now, and Battle Creek's eliminated themselves through 15 games.
Yeah, but they're going to make that super comeback.
That's what Griffin was saying, right, Chris?
Yeah. The good thing, though, about our situation is that at least 2 through 4 is very dispensable. It's very interchangeable right now.
Yeah.
Especially with you guys being able to win on any given night.
Yeah.
And you never know. Carolina could have a massive collapse. And
Well, you know.
Yeah, these next games against Columbus are huge.
Yeah.
What's your mentality going into this kind of trip, though? And so, what are you doing to prepare yourself mentally and physically to do that 14-hour trip?
Just doing what I normally do. Just go out there, practice, and then I usually just relax when I get home. Don't do much at the gym. Like for the road trip, I'll get a pillow or whatever and just put my headphones in and fall asleep.
Wake up to a clown in your face.
Yeah.
Joe, that's not funny.
Don't think about it, Joe.
Day.
Don't steal our idea.
But just means if someone actually does that to you, you can just play another prank to them, right?
Well,
Yeah.
and if somebody does it to you, blame your mom for asking the question.
Thanks, Mom.
Should buy me a lot more Christmas presents, eh?
Yeah.
Being this close, though, it must be nice having your family having the possibility to come up and watch you play it at home, though.
Yeah, they've come to pretty much every home game except for one, I think. But it's also nice because I got a dog that I take back home and my mom watches when I'm going on road trips.
Hey, that's always a plus.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Did you bring your dog to dog night then?
No, I did not bring him to dog night. He is very obnoxious around other people and dogs. And he's a hound dog, so you hear him.
Hey, we won't complain about that.
Yeah.
So,
Let's get to the games for next week.
Which is
This week.
Columbus.
Yeah.
So let's see. Yeah, let's not worry about that. Oh, Robinson's second in the league in power play goals with 6.
but are you honestly surprised, though?
Nope. I would go with plus minus, but it's 3 Carolina players and they just played Battle Creek, so.
We haven't even played them yet, so
Right.
that's not a true testament.
No. And neither is goals against when. It's Jeremy Ponneville from Watertown.
Yeah.
We're good.
Who would you be the most excited to actually go out and play from hearing the stuff from us, so, as well as possibly your teammates too?
I'm really excited for the games in Carolina. I heard they get a lot of fans, and I like playing in front of people. So.
They have a video board too, though.
Yeah, I like that too.
Let's look at the average attendance for this year.
We're sitting in 4th right now.
Yeah. Elmira leads with an average of 32.45, followed by Carolina at 28, almost 2,900, 28.97. Then Columbus at 26.84. Then Port Huron at 11.65. And then it's Danbury at 10.60, Danville at 10.43, and then Watertown at 9.16, and then Delaware at 5.55, Mentor at 500, and then Battle Creek at a measly 3.33.
Which is kind of sad because Delaware has only about 600 seats, while Battle Creek has about 1,500 permanent seats.
But that's what happens when your team's 0-15.
They need to turn it around, dude.
Anyway, so this weekend's games, it's a road trip to Columbus, like we've reiterated numerous times so far. What are your expectations for the games?
3-2 us Friday and 2-1 us Saturday.
Both games are going to be 14-0 just because. I'm always wrong, so might as well make a wild.
I believe we only actually have the one game.
Yeah, we only play Friday. Okay.
So.
Oh, there is only one game?
Yeah.
I thought there was 2.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a ghost game.
No, yeah. That's interesting.
We automatically win.
One-way trip down. So make it 28-0 then.
I'd say 4-1.
Robert, you sticking with your answer?
What one?
3-2.
Oh, 3-2.
Mike?
55-0 now. I'm just going to increase it.
Your honest answer. Your honest answer.
I'll say, if I give my honest answer, nobody here will like it. So I'll just stick to the 55-0 ridiculous prediction for Port Huron.
Next.
You're next.
Oh.
He's going to score a hat trick, and it's going to be 65.
Hopefully go for like a 5-1 game, honestly.
And will you be able to score?
I'm praying.
Hey, you get the Gordie Howe hat trick.
Yeah.
Hey, at least you know their goalies, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a good thing. It gives you a little bit more leeway.
Yep.
Breaking into the points situation.
Yeah.
So.
Just ask him to get out of the way for a second.
Excuse me, can you just move over a little bit? Let me shoot in an empty net.
Move half an inch.
Yeah.
I'm doing the Reed thing. All right. But no,
Oh, we got a Wednesday game coming up this month. Against Battle Creek. I won't miss much on that one.
Talking about that though, I need to put my. I guess I got to put my prediction in, right?
Yes.
Yeah, get your prediction in.
I'm going for a 4-2 win. It's not going to deter you guys with all the things that are going around you guys. So,
maybe it'll be 14-0 on the 18th.
Nope. Stop looking at that one. First time we play Battle Creek, it's going to be a heavily weighted scoreboard. But coming up on the 14th, though, too, which is ironically against Columbus.
It's Teddy Bear toss night.
You know what? I think you're right, close on the score for that one because we got a lot of good scoring lines. I got a feeling, all our lines are going to come out just to pepper in.
Yeah. I hope so.
Yeah, the Teddy Bear toss, like you see on the screen, is December 14th.
Isn't it also the Special Olympics?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And the jersey is on the screen. I know it's small, but it's the ugly sweater night.
Yeah, and if
Which,
you want,
like I said, they're supposed to be ugly. It's called the ugly sweater.
Yeah. And if you want a better view or a larger view of it, you can always go to the Prowlers Facebook page. They posted the photo.
On their Instagram page.
Yeah, they posted a photo today with Justin Portillo as the model.
Naturally.
Yeah.
With that kind of jersey, have you honestly gotten a good look at them yet?
Yeah, we went to the mall earlier today and we got a picture of Santa.
Hey, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about the jerseys?
I mean, they're good promotional jerseys. I mean, they're ugly. That makes sense.
It keeps to its name, right?
Yeah.
But with that though, it's a very good cause though for the Special Olympics.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
So, which is not many people would realize because it's actually called the Law Enforcement Torture Relay game, but it's all the proceeds will be going to the Special Olympics to help out Michigan and which is a big need because unfortunately the Special Olympics have been passed over numerous times in recent years.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate.
And also with that game on the 14th is a 6 p.m. game.
Yeah.
Don't forget to go and buy your teddy bears so that that children throughout this area can get something for Christmas.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we wish you guys the best of luck coming into the Justin Portillo says, buddy.
Buddy. You want one?
But we do wish you guys luck on coming up on this long road trip though.
Well, thank you.
And if you want to listen to the game, you can tune in. What is it? MixLR?
Yes.
If they make the road trip.
And I believe he's going to make the road trip with you guys.
Jeremy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe he's going to go on this one. I know he didn't go on the Danville one, but I think he's going on the Columbus.
Yeah. He said he was actually kind of upset about not coming to Danville.
Yeah, did you listen to their announcers?
Well,
unfortunately,
yeah.
The last like 5 minutes, it seemed like Danville was winning the championship.
Yeah. And Hines is the Hulk when he's mad.
And you don't want to make Hein mad because he will do things that only Hein can do.
Yeah.
Justin said yes.
Yeah, I know.
Don't fight in practice, boys.
But I want to.
If there's one kid I would not fight on this team, it's Portillo.
The one person I would be afraid of from last ones is who's now in Columbus now.
Is he suspended?
Nick Wright.
No, not Nick Wright. Shit. Now why can't I remember his name now? He was 44, the tall guy.
Oh, Oslands.
Oslands, yes. I'm deathly scared of him.
Was he the one that body slammed one of our players?
Yes. And
I kind of wish he was still on the team, but we lost him in the expansion draft.
yeah, it was he body slammed Nippard.
Oh, yeah.
That was right up against the bench too.
Well,
They called it 2 minutes for roughing.
If we're going with players in the league, I wouldn't want to fight. Definitely be Steve McIntyre. NHL enforcer who knocked out Rice's Evenons. No.
Not at all. But
I mean, we saw what he did to Nick Wright.
TKO'd him.
Yeah. I actually watched that game and said I think Port Huron was a mentor that night, and I watched the Carolina Columbus game specifically to see Nick Wright try and fight.
Didn't that cause a line brawl though?
A little bit of it.
No.
Oh.
That was a different thing.
Oh.
I think it was Carolina Elmira in the first game, wasn't it?
Yeah. I don't think there was a line brawl in. No, there might have been, but it wasn't. It wasn't McIntyre versus Wright that caused line brawl in Carolina Columbus. So it was something else. I forget though. But
It was probably Andre. He signed himself, so.
no, he didn't play that. He was coaching.
Oh, okay. I thought he signed for that one.
Well, I guess it's 8:30, and we should probably be.
Last question though: who's your favorite person to play with on the team?
Favorite person to play with on the team? Justin Portillo.
Good answer.
Just because he's on the stream, right?
Yeah.
But no,
That's a genuine answer.
yeah. And it definitely shows that he likes to play with you too. So.
Yeah.
And we definitely hope that you
Tune into the show and chirp your teammates.
Yeah.
rag on them.
Rag on them
And because we definitely got Graham and Pace ragging on Federally that one.
Oh yeah.
That was fun.
we also had Fairley do the better coach answer between Graham and Pace.
Nice.
He pleaded the fifth as well, so that's,
Yeah.
let's hope to a win this weekend and just hopefully more points for you on the board.
Let's hope so too.
And make sure that you get the nudge into Pradell. Be like, hey, pass it to me.
Yeah, we live together. I'll put it in his ear.
Here's the win.
Yep.
Good
Thank
night,
you
everybody.
guys.
See you guys later.
Thanks for tuning in. Tune in next week, same time, same place. Big Boy for Grash at 7 p.m.
Thank you. See you guys later.
Got to represent our sponsors.
Yes.